Like, Brent Favre is surfing for a payout. He's saying, y'all need to put some respect on my name. I'm an innocent man. I can't be out here talking, saying I did stuff when I ain't do it.
So Hall of Fame quarterback Brett Favre is suing Shannon Sharpe and Pat McAfee for defamatory allegations made over his involvement in a welfare fraud scheme. That was for $77 million. Brett Favre sues. Yeah, it says the same thing over Mississippi welfare case. So his name was brought up in it. They didn't say how much he was involved or how much he truly knew about going on, but it looks like Shannon Sharpe and Pat both kind of chastised him pretty good. Shannon, is of course on Undisputed, and Pat has his own podcast on YouTube. So, I mean, and nothing, he hasn't technically been charged with anything yet. So I think with them basically saying that these guys are running their mouth and saying that I did this and that with me never being charged, that it could be a hurt to my brand. Because,
True.
Brett Favre's got a bunch of sponsors. What has he got? He's got Wrangler jeans. He's got Copper Fit. He's got all the old man stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's crazy that he's suing him. I thought it was crazy hearing about him being involved in something, and I still never got the full story. I still never got if it was really his fault or since his name was connected, they're just trying to point fingers at him the most. But I think it's pretty funny. It seems like these guys might have jumped the gun, and now they're going to pay for it.
Yeah, they may pay for it. And just like Pat McAfee said, like they said they weren't going to press charges against him. They gave him chances. They said, well, you can go out and delete every episode you ever mentioned Brent Favre. God knows how many episodes that is. And then just never mention him again. And that was part of his stipulations, and he ignored it. And I mean, I understand with him, with that, it's just his show. But with Shannon Sharpe,
I'm actually surprised with Shannon, because Shannon usually is like, oh, someone said this about me, or like whenever that Laker thing. Remember when he was at the Laker game and got into it with the Memphis Grizzlies players?
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, he talked about that the next day on the show, and he hasn't talked about Brett Favre anymore. So I wonder, it looks like Pat's fighting it, but it might look like that Shannon's gonna just go ahead with what they told him and go along with it.
I mean, I understand, because at the end of the day, Brent Favre isn't a current football player. Like, you really don't have to talk about Brent Favre. He's not going to Green Bay to help out Aaron Rodgers finding a new swastika. He's not over here with the backup quarterback. He's not going to help anybody. He's not going to Minnesota to help nobody. He just wants to sell his carpet fit, help his daughter. All he was trying to do was give his daughter school a new gymnasium, and this is how you repay him, by putting him in fake allegations.
Yeah.
Shame on you, Pat McAfee. Shame on you.
I still don't know if it's fake, because I still ain't heard someone explain it correctly. So put it in the comments below if you think that Brett Favre is guilty or innocent. Brett Favre is my favorite football player of all time. So even if he is allegedly guilty, he's always 100% innocent in my eyes. So, I'm always going to look at that with rose-colored glasses. But we'll see what happens. I'm a big fan of Shannon Sharpe, so I hope Shannon doesn't get in any trouble. But Pat, I don't listen to your podcast at all, so I hope you lose your podcast.
My co-host doesn't respect punters and kickers.
No, because they're soccer players. They're not real football players.
And so you're saying that if
Brett's welcome on the show.
If this came out about, let's say, somebody else, like Tom Brady stole a whole bunch
Tom Brady did it. He always did it, and he will continue to do it, allegedly.
Oh, you put allegedly in front of that? What's
at the end of it. Yeah. He's done a lot of alleged things.
Man, speaking about the blogs, looks like this next person, co-host, please calm down. Don't get too rowdy.
Is the concert starting?